Healing the world with comedy, making a literal difference metaphorically. If you have not seen Bo Burnham's special, comedy special on Netflix, I recommend you do. Bo Burnham, Inside. He doesn't need any help from me. That shit, I think it's doing a lot of numbers. Well, you know what I like about it is it's a comedy special, yes. But he means for it not to be funny at certain times. Like there are moments in it when he's being like dark. It's everything he wants it to be. It's like it's beautiful, honestly. Like if you would have caught me yesterday about this shit, like I would have been like in tears over like how beautiful it is. Like this shit is so well done. It's a comedy special done entirely in one room, hence the term Inside. And it's like, you know, he made it over the course of COVID, basically, while he was just inside and when shows got canceled. And it's dark when he wants it to be. It's funny when he wants it to be. It's like it's everything that he wants it to be when he wants to make something happen. Like he's in complete control the whole time. It's maybe the best thing I've ever seen. The songs are good as fuck. Like this guy knows how to make a fucking song. He has a song called All Eyes on Me. It's funny because it's like, what the fuck is he doing? So he's like getting you with that. Like, hey, this is a comedy special. By the way, here's a great song in the middle of it. The song is not funny. The content of the song is not funny, as you know, it's not meant to be. But that the song is part of this special makes it funny. Like he's got it. Like this motherfucker, he's fucking got it. It's like the best thing I've ever seen. Like it's fucking up there. Like up there with like great movies up there. And you know, usually you're like scared to say something is a can't miss. I feel like this is a can't miss. Like, yeah, you know, people like what they like and not everything is for everybody, but I feel like this special is for everybody. It's for everybody. It's a can't miss. You know, just a little weak burp there. Here we go. Whew, getting it all out of me. I think it's for everybody. I think the special is for everybody. It's fucking hilarious. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. He's so great at what he does. I never listened to his stuff before. I knew who he was, but I'm like, this is it. And I went back and watched his first special. That shit was fucking hilarious. Like, he's great. He's great at this one-man show shit. And I was supposed to start this podcast an hour earlier, and then I got rerouted by family stuff, family drama, and it was crazy. It was funny in certain ways, then it became not funny, followed by funny again, followed by not funny. Nobody was hurt nobody was physically hurt. Yeah, but it's wild. My grandma called me, and she has a very sensitive place in the family tree. Sensitive meaning, you know, it's delicate. It's a very delicate situation. When grandma calls, things get dramatic. And I only hear from her once every 4 months or something like that. It's a random phone call. That's not really. It's not really once every 4 months. It's super sporadic. I don't know when. It might be a decade. It might be once every 6 months. Like, and then not for another, X amount of time, long periods of time. And I haven't seen her since I was. I don't remember the last time I've seen my grandma. It feels like 20 years. I'm gonna be 30 soon. I don't think I've seen my grandma in 30 years. She moved to Puerto Rico. I will say this. My grandma and my mother's relationship is very strained. And details are not necessary. Or details are good. Like, details are important, but it's not the finer details are not for me to say right now. It is my life, but it's not really my life. Like, it has more to do with my mother and my grandmother and their relationship with each other. Where I come into play is I'm like the conduit for which my grandma uses to be connected with the family a little bit. Not completely, but my grandma calls me every now and then again to just, I'm like the grandkid that she remembers. Like, she remembers me. I'm the first grandkid. I'm like the first of my level of the family. I'm the oldest, the first grandson, the first cousin or whatever. Like, I was born first. So she remembers me. She doesn't have memory issues. I'm just saying, like, I'm the one that she feels close to, I guess. Feels close to is putting it generously. And I was talking to her, my grandma, and it was just like we were laughing at how close the family isn't. Me and her aren't close. Me and my grandmother are not close. We kind of laughed about that. Like, it's funny in its own, like, certain things are funny and certain things are not funny. It's very, very sensitive to things that are and aren't funny. But she laughed. Like, I was like, yeah, we're not close. Like, I laughed just because it felt funny. She fucking laughed. Like, she has a dark sense of humor. Like, this is a dark lady. And like I said, I'm not really that close to her. We talk every now and then. It's fine. My relationship with her is not stressed. It's more lack of relationship. And, this I can talk about because, it's my life directly. The stuff that concerns my mom is a bit different and more for her to speak on. And it's just like, it's so weird when my grandma calls me. It's like Puerto Rico's calling, basically, on the caller ID. I'm like, this can only be one person. I only know one person in Puerto Rico, and that's her. And she's like, how you doing, mijo? This, that, or whatever. I love you. And it's just so weird. Like, how do you... It's just odd. It's just odd when you speak to your grandma once a year. We've gone longer than that without talking. And then she's like, calls you up randomly like, I love you. It's like, it's just the awkward, like, how do we approach this? This lack of closeness that we have. She's listing off people in the family like, oh, Theo so-and-so called me. And I'm like, Theo who? I know who the person is. I know who's in the tree, but it's like, yeah, she's like, oh, Theo, her brother, called me and we talked. And I'm like, yeah, I don't. She's like talking about things that don't relate to me. Like, I don't know my uncle and, my great uncle. I don't know him. I don't know. There's several aunts I don't know. And the ones that I do know, I haven't spoken to in 20 years. Like, I'm not really close to any of them. My family is really small, and we're not close. Crazy. Like, you would think the 10 of us could get along, but be close. But there's too much damage has been done. And that makes two sides of the family that I'm not close with. I'm not close with my father's side, and I'm not close with my mother's side either. Like, my friends are my family. Like, and that's just kind of the way it's been, And I know I'm not unique in that situation. I'm not unique at all in this situation. A lot of people are going through this. Like, where I'm from And, all around America, like, there's lots of kids that don't have a dad. So they're not close to that side of the family. And then, maybe you have a strained relationship with your mother or something. I don't. Me and my mom are cool. But it's just like my mom's side of the family is not close. Like, and there's a lot of siblings. There's like, I don't know how many siblings does my grandma have? Like 7 or something? I think it's like 7 of them. Maybe 6 now because one of them passed. I think only one of them has passed away. My aunt. My great aunt. So that you would think like 7 great aunts and uncles, like that spawns a lot of like cousins and like it spawns a lot more family, but I don't know them. Like, I don't know these motherfuckers, man. And it's so awkward. I don't know them. And I'm not mad that I don't know them. It's funny to me that I don't know them now. I'm 30. Like, my friends are my family. There's friends of the family that I consider my uncle, my aunt, my cousins. My friend Pedro is like my brother. Like, he's literally like my brother. It's just, you latch on to whatever you can in this world, I put up this post of years ago now. He's passed away a few years ago. My grandfather who is a white man. I'm not white in any cultural way or like any, if you want to say I'm probably mixed with Spanish and that's why, whatever. Fuck the specifics, right? What I'm saying is you kind of latch onto what you can. My grandfather, my white grandfather, who is my stepdad's stepdad, and by the way, the stepdad that I'm referring to for me is no longer my stepdad. This was my stepdad's stepdad, and he treated me like his own grandson. And you think about that, and there's people out there that don't want their own kids. We know this. Somehow he wanted to be my grandfather. And that's just a special type of person. My stepdad's I'm going to say it again. My stepdad's stepdad raised me, was fine raising me as his grandson. And not once did he ever make me feel like an outcast. Even among my own family and step family, I always felt out of the box. Like, my paternal grandparents, I knew them for a couple of years, but because of the lack of a relationship that I have with my biological father, that caused a disconnect between me and them. And it's their fault. I do believe that it's the fault of the elders to not connect with their grandkids. These are your grandkids. You should be putting forth a lot of effort to be close to them. But it's hard to, I have uncles. My biological father has 2 brothers. And I know who they are, and I spent a little bit of time with them. But, at the end of the day, I'm not their son. I'm the son of their brother who, he's in and out of jail. He's probably in jail right now. And, what are they supposed to do? They have kids of their own. They can't stop raising their kids and, come after me. And I actually think I'm kind of lucky in this situation. Like, I had a mom who was really there for me. So there's people in way worse situations than that. But it's just, like, right now it's not very funny, which maybe I'll hopefully, but, maybe 10 minutes from now, I think it's hilarious again. Right now it's not very funny, but talking about it makes me feel more lighthearted about it, I guess. Usually it's not an issue at all. Usually I'm super unconcerned. But today was spicy because of my grandma. She makes things spicy. Like I said, we're not close. All I can think about, like, my mind is just like thinking about how close family should be, but isn't. You know, my girlfriend's family is, I'm not going to speak too specifically into that because that's not my family. It's not super my business, but my girlfriend's father's side of the family, they're really close. And, you know, I'm sure somebody from that side of the family would say that they have their issues. I don't know of any issues, but I'm just saying. Whoa. What I'm saying is that they are in fact close. They have cookouts and stuff, and my girlfriend has aunts and uncles that are like, they care about her, they look out for her, they call her. I don't know if they call her, but they talk to her, they greet her. It's like cool. They have get-togethers and stuff. Like, she has a network is really what I'm saying. She has a network of people that are biologically related to her. And it really is incredible to see. I've never known something like that. You know, that's weird to me. It's foreign. And just talking to my grandma today, she just reminded me of like, man, like I don't know any of my family. I don't know you. I told my grandma that. I was like, I don't know you. She thought it was like, she's very like, kind of like sweep it under the rug type of thing. It's just like, Grandma, I don't know you. In the last 20 years, we haven't had that many conversations, but every 6 months you call me to like check up on me. And I don't know what that's about. Maybe she just wants to check up on her grandson. You know, there doesn't always have to be this deeper meaning to everything. But it's very surface level. It's very like, not really for show. I don't think it's for show necessarily, but I don't know. It just feels fucking weird. Like, it's weird having a grandma that you don't talk to for years. Then you hear from her a couple of times a year. Then not again for a year or years. It's just really odd. And, you know, my grandma today, she was like, oh, you're smart and funny. I was like, you know who else is smart and funny? My sister, your other grandchild. Just because she doesn't know her. My grandmother doesn't know my sister. Like, I barely know my grandma. My little sister really doesn't know my grandma because she's 9 years younger than me. And my grandma moved to Puerto Rico like 20 years ago or something. And I'm really kind of spilling all the family beans here, but it's almost like, what family? You know, what family beans? What family? And that's okay. Like, my mom's friends have became my aunts and uncles because what we say is that the bond is thicker than the blood. That's what's more important. Anybody can be related to you. It's literally, the second you're born, it's completely by chance what family you're born into. You don't have any control over that shit. I had no control over being born to two 16, 17-year-olds. I had no control over that. It's random how it happens. It's random where you're born. It's random who you're born to. It's all fucking random. So in life, it's more impactful to choose the people that are around you. You know, and how you treat people is more important. My grandma said something today about how her kids treat her a certain way, and it's not good. And I know the why, and it's well deserved. It's a well deserved thing why they treat her the way they do. But she's just like, I'm their mother, they shouldn't treat me that way. And that's just untrue. hypothetically somebody's treating you terribly, it doesn't matter if they're related to you or not. As a kid, you can't really like help your family, you know, like you pretty much kind of have to live with them. You have to be around them. I mean, there's people who have, you get what I'm saying about, you have to live with these people. But as an adult, you get to break away from that. You get to choose your own family, your own friends. You build your own network. And it's just odd. It's just odd to have such a small family and for us not to be close. And that's okay. It really is okay, because you just like I said, you can't help it. You can't fucking help it. It was intense. It was an intense conversation. And it's just good for me to talk about it now because I can. It's my life. I get to say what I want about my family. I get to choose how much to share and not share. And I'm sharing a lot right now. And it's fine. Tory Lanez, this motherfucker, man. This guy, bro. This fucking guy. This guy, Tory Lanez said, you can do a million good things for people. And the second you say no to that one thing, a motherfucker will just erase all the good shit you did for them out their head. Hey, man. You shoot women. You shoot women. You shoot them. You shoot women. Like, I'm saying it for emphasis. The emphasis is important here. The shooting of the women. Emphasis on the word shooting. And then more emphasis on the word women. Shooting women. Nobody feels bad for you. And nobody should feel bad for you. You shoot women. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, I get that he's talking about like a separate issue. But dude, like, you should be in jail right now, probably. Like, I don't know the whole story. Like, maybe Meg Thee Stallion did you a favor by not pressing charges or something. Like, I don't know exactly the specifics of that, but you shoot women. Know that. Know that you got a lot of work to do. But you can't be shooting women and then being like, people are ungrateful. Hey, you shoot women, bro. Like, work on that. And then work on the ungrateful people. Like, people are going to be too blinded by the shooting of the women to worry about the other things that you said. You gotta, priorities, bro. Like, where are they? Okay, first of all, I want to talk about this. My girlfriend is way too lenient with Popeyes. Like, she puts up with their shit every fucking time. She's so desperate for the Popeyes, it feels like. she just likes Popeyes. I won't say desperate, but like, you know you're going to get bad customer service. And you still go. Like, bro. Oh, but fuck Popeyes. KFC fucked up. Bro, so we go to KFC, Taco Bell. Listen to the way I talk. I know you understand me clearly, all of you out there, America. This is a clear way of speaking. And I guess that's the fucking problem when you're in the South. We go to Taco Bell / KFC because they're combined. They combined forces a long time ago. And I'm at the intercom, and guess if their intercom works well. Guess. Take a stab in the dark. It doesn't. It doesn't work fucking well. Okay, I want this, and that. I think I ordered Taco Bell or something. I don't remember if I ordered anything, but my girl's like, I want 6 wings. And then they're like, what? And I'm like, 6 wings. 6 wings. Fist away from the mic. 6 wings, for clarity. I say that into their intercom thing. I'm like, give me the 6 wings with the sauce and, whatever. We're just ordering like customers fucking do. She said they didn't have wings. Which is like, okay, annoying because you're KFC. Like, chicken is your entire fucking thing. So that you run out of chicken, annoying. Really annoying. It's almost like if Taco Bell ran out of shells or something. It's just like, bro, have wings. You're KFC. Have a plethora of fucking wings. I know you got wings in the back or in the freezer. I don't know what you guys do, but just have them. But she just like wasn't hearing me. I had to say it 10 times about the 6 wings. What? 6 wings. You lean in. 6 wings. And then she's like getting like frustrated with me for wanting 6 wings. And then, then she tells me, we don't have the wings. I accept it because, okay, like, what am I supposed to do? They don't got the wings, right? Just fucking move on. Order something else. But I needed more time to decide because the thing that you should have, you're out of it. So I'm like, all right, well, I need more time to decide. Or I was like, give me a second. That's what I said. I said, give me a second. She's like, what? Like, upset at me for asking for another second to think about what I want. I was like, oh, give me a second. I repeated it nicely. She's like, what? And I'm like, more time to make a decision? She legit said to me, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I need more time to decide what I want from the menu. Like, I don't know how more plainly I can fucking say this. Like, what do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about ordering food. The reason people come to KFC to order food? What the fuck else am I going to talk about? Dude, and then like, I'm like really mad at this point. And then the guy or the girl, whoever, comes magically from the back, the person who speaks better English, and they're like, sir, well, we have the wings. We just put them in the thing. She didn't know that we didn't have wings. She didn't know. Wait, or they said she didn't know we had wings. How can she not know if you have wings? You're KFC. Find out. It's not that big of it's not the Cheesecake Factory. It's not a gigantic fucking building. It's not a fucking warehouse. It's KFC. It's the size of a goddamn lemonade stand, basically. Like, turn around. Wings. Like, the person that I spoke to initially should have known that there was wings there. Like, just know that. But like, she really just didn't give a fuck. Really just didn't give a fuck. And the manager is like, he's kind of frustratingly explaining it to me too. I'm like, why are you frustrated with me? You guys are the one that's fucked up. And not only that, I moved on from wanting the wings. We accepted our fate quickly. Me and my girl were like, okay, they don't got the wings. Fuck, but give me a second to decide. And then all of a sudden they're like, we got the wings. That's how they come at me and my girl. They're like, we got the wings. I'm like, okay, like, then make them. Okay, you got the wings, then make them. But she didn't know we didn't have the wings and this and that. I'm like, dude, just fucking do the thing. Do the thing that you're here to do, which is provide people with food. We're hungry. And then they were like, yeah, but we're going to drop them and it's going to take 15 minutes. I don't know what the fuck they said. Something crazy. Me and my girl looked at each other like, what the fuck? And so at that point, I think we just drove off. Like, dealing with these people is so frustrating. When she said, I don't know what you're talking about, like, I almost lost my mind. I'm talking about food. Like, that's why I'm here. I'm not here to kick it with you. We're not friends. I'm politely ordering the thing. You politely provide it. Like, that's it. That's all this interaction is. That's all it will ever be. I don't know what you're talking about. Yo, if you're hiring people that can't understand me, I mean, dude, like, that's bad. That's really fucking bad. I can only want one thing from you. The chicken. Or the tacos. Because you've combined forces with Taco Bell. Who owns who? I don't know. Who the parent company is, Procter and Gamble. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fucking situation is, but just do better. And Popeye, back to Popeyes. They're like, oh, they're out of shit sometimes. And not only that, nobody comes to the intercom on time. When they do, they act clueless. Like, Popeyes they're built on a foundation of, we suck. Like, that's literally the brand. The brand is, we suck, come get the chicken. And my girl keeps going to them. She's like, yo, I'm gonna get some Popeyes. Too many times we've gone to them and they either didn't have what she wanted, which is how, again, it's just chicken. Just have a lot of it, right? Or they just have an attitude, or they're just confused. Like, me and my girl have driven off from Popeyes like 3-4 times out of disappointment. But my girl keeps going back to them. I'm like, my love, why? Just let them go. Like, break up with Popeyes. But she'd probably be like, no, they got good lemonade or whatever, or good sweet tea, which they do. But I mean, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to be disappointed by them? I thought KFC was better. I really did. I really thought KFC was better. Like, that's what I was trying to tell my girl. I'm like, yo, KFC, and like, their chicken's better, and like, the better customer service. And now they made me look stupid. They made me look stupid in front of my girl, because now I can't have that anymore. Like, oh, KFC, you know, I can't even hold that. Like, let's just do KFC instead. It's better. It's closer. Like, now they both suck. So we're going to keep going to Popeyes then, because my girl says their chicken's better, so. Might be true. I think KFC has the best chicken sandwich, though. Like, when the chicken sandwich war was going on, pretty sure KFC was the winner of that. So I got issues. I got family issues. I got fast food issues. Oh, terrible. But this weekend, I'm glad I got on the mic. I'm glad I went boop on the pod. Yeah, I'm happy to bring you another episode. My haircut, by the way. Ooh, dude. My barber didn't show up to my last appointment. Just last episode, I complained about barbers, and now he didn't show up. I was in the shop, like, literally on fire. Like, I was like, I can't wait to get home, turn on the fucking pod, and really, like, let them have it. Like, I was gonna make barbers my number one enemy. Like, teachers are below the thing. Like, that's my target right there. Just teachers. Many of them are terrible. That's why, like, the few are, like, very inspirational. Like Hillary Swank or whatever. You know, like Freedom Riders or something. Because most of them suck. So when you have one that, like, does what they're supposed to, it's like, wow, they're really helping out. Yeah, they all need to do that. But, bro, I was ready to rip barbers so badly. So fucking badly I was going to go in. But it turned out my barber's mom passed away. So I had to reel all that emotion back in. And I got immediately seen for a walk-in when the information was revealed to me. And I got a good cut. The guy that cut me was good. What does that say about me? That I go through all that in such a little amount of time. We've experienced a lot this episode, you and me. This has been an emotional episode. We've been sad. We've been happy. We've been angry. We've been all of it. We've been all of it this week. And I'm tired of barbers saying that they were the original surgeons. Like, shut up with that. Like, I know I wasn't going to say anything, but, oh, you're the original surgeons? Oh, just cut them. Like, that's not anything to be proud of. Like, stop saying that. You were the original surgeons. You weren't there in the 1500s. You were not the original surgeons. Stop it. And like the original, that's not even a good thing. Like fetch the barber and he just cuts you and you fucking bleed. Like that's not. It was never good to do. And like, so much to be mad about in the world. Super burpy. Super burpy. Anyways, that's it for this week. Bo Burnham special Inside. Check it out. Thank you for listening. Box of chocolates.